What's good YouTube, Ben here, welcome to the next video on the channel. In this one, I'm going to give you my next Warframe Steel Path viable build. This is going to be for Sun and Moon. Let's get into this. Alright, so I've actually finally acquired this weapon recently, and I love these dual Naganas. They are fantastic. But let's jump into my build. So,
if I may say, operator, your chosen Warframe suits you. Ha ha.
thanks for getting in my way, orders. So the stance mod we've got is Mountain's Edge. So the stance is sharp movements with wide reach. We've got Galvanized Reflex for 50% heavy attack efficiency and on melee kill plus 20 initial combo for 20 seconds. Stacks up to 4 times. Sacrificial Steel for 220% critical chance times 2 for heavy attacks and then times 1.33 damage to sentience. Condition Overload for 80% melee damage per status type affecting the target. Blood Rush for 40% critical chance stacks with the combo multiplier. We've got Weeping Wounds for 40% status chance per combo multiplier. We've got Vicious Frost for 60% cold and 60% status chance. Virulent Surge for 60% toxin and 60% status chance. And Volcanic Edge for 60% heat and 60% status chance. In the Arcane slot, we're running a Melee Animosity at rank 5. On melee hit, gain 42% critical chance on your next heavy attack up to 420%. So, we're running a critical status mix build. Now, I've spent days going over this build, trying to figure out the best possible way to actually do it. This is the best combo I've found so far. Shut it, Ordis. This is the best combo I've come across. So it's base 64% critical chance. And then we've got 61.6% status. Of course, both the critical and the status chances are going to be buffed by Weeping Wounds and Blood Rush due to the combo multiplier. And then, of course, Galvanized Reflex gives you the initial combo, meaning you're able to get your status chance and critical chance really high. You'll see that the 2.4 times critical damage multiplier doesn't need to be much higher. You'll see as we get in, but we're running heat to help cut through armor, viral to help cut through health. So without any further ado, let's get into this. Alright, as per usual, we're here at Oxymoko in the Void. Now, quickly explain why we're here. So the Void is one of the latest game areas, so you're dealing with the Corrupted. And with the Corrupted, you're dealing with enemies with just health, enemies with health and shields, and enemies with high armor, giving you a more varied example of what your weapon/Warframe can do. I also want to label this as a viable build because, well, I always label it as viable because it is viable for you to use on the Steel Path. Is it going to get you to level 9,999 enemies? Probably not. But will it get you through Steel Path? Yes, it will. But, yeah, let's jump in. So, as you can see, we don't really run into any problems slicing through enemies, which is nice. But the main big point for this build is melee animosity. Because of the mod setup we're running, your criticals on your heavy attacks are absolutely nutty. So if you find yourself struggling to take out a certain enemy, you can just go ahead and start doing your... I call it the spin to win because it is a big spin, like this. Boink! And you basically slice through much of anything. Like, I could sit here and just continuously do these attacks, and the enemies will just fall. Of course, luckily I don't have to do that. But the cool thing with having Galvanized Reflex on is that your combo multiplier doesn't drop below 5. So that's always going to proc your status chance and criticals, meaning that you're going to do a good amount of damage to this with this weapon. Oh crap, I'm running out of energy. That's not good. If the enemies would prefer to drop health orbs, that'd be nice because I've got Equilibrium on my Necros. So the reason I use Necros Prime for melee builds specifically is because he doesn't have any melee boosts on him. So, like, his Aura mod is for, what's it called? Energy Siphon. So, because of that, all he's doing is regenerating energy for teammates. Since there's no teammates, it doesn't do anything anyway. And then, of course, his only Archon Shards are for casting speed and for giving energy at the start of the mission. I'm just going to move and quickly give myself some energy here, because... that's probably why, because I forgot to activate Despoil. Whoops. There we go. That's on me. Hello. So there goes the Jade Xmas armor. Hate that beam. Boom, there we go. You watch, I'm probably going to get an Archon Shard in this video. Archon Shard, a bloody Argon Crystal in this video as well. I was looking for one yesterday for like 2 hours, couldn't get one. Probably going to get one though because I'm recording now. But as per usual, I'll stay until we get to the Acolyte, just so you can see what this does to Acolytes. And spoiler alert, it works really well. Like, this thing takes out Acolytes. It cuts through them like butter. It's nuts. My only thing with this build is I kind of wish I had one more mod slot so I could add on some critical damage. But at the same time, like, it's not super necessary for this build to work, because it works fine. The thing with this weapon is there's quite a few different ways to build it, because you can build it solely around one or the other, which I've done. And it works either way. This is the thing, though. Like, going for pure crits, I found just didn't work that well. Surprisingly. Because the problem you've got is because it's such a balanced weapon in terms of the standard critical chance and status chance. Like, it's difficult to build those kinds of weapons in any specific way purely because of the balance. Like, a lot of the time a weapon will have more status chance or more critical chance, so you're able to give it more of a push. But because of the balance, it does make it slightly harder in my opinion. There we go. I hate those things. Where are we? Oh, there you are. Run right past you. Bloody heck. Let's go.
Stay focused. There's a heavy unit approaching.
Bye. That's not good. I don't need a Jade Eximus right now. So as you can see, we've just cut through his shields. And one more spin to win. Boom. Bye-bye, Acolyte. There we go. So as you can see, Acolytes fall pretty darn fast, which is nice. I hate Jade Eximuses. They are the bane of my existence. Get out of it. Hate them so much. But yeah, this is my build for Sun and Moon. Let me know what you think about this build in the comments down below. Don't forget you can support the channel completely for free just by liking, commenting, and subscribing. It really helps with the YouTube algorithm. Don't forget you can also support the channel even further by becoming a channel member from as little as 99p per month. And don't forget I do live stream. When I go live here on YouTube and over on Twitch and on TikTok all at the same time. My streams here on YouTube are in the shorts form feeds, more for mobile. If you want to catch the exact same streams at the exact same time in full 1080p, feel free to join me on Twitch or TikTok. Those links are in the description below.